Today we are refinancing my existing construction loan. So remember, I've showed you guys the entire process, the development, the construction. Now I'm going to take you guys behind the scenes and I'm going to show you what it's like for all the other documentation that has to happen, right? Documentation that looks something like this, right? Which is for construction financing and now refinancing that construction loan. So I finished the building, completely finished. You get to a point in an investment's life cycle where now you have to pay back your existing lender. So what I've done is I went out to the market, I looked at what the market rates were at this particular point in time, and I looked for ways to save on the interest rate, right? How could I save on the interest rate? That was one thing on my mind. Most loans have a predetermined period of time that you have to pay it back. Fortunately for my construction loan, I didn't have to pay it back until April 2021. So right now, right, we're in September. I have many months to go. So the loan is never in default or in any serious status, right? It's always good, beautifully performing. But the decision that I made was I wanted to find out how could I save on the interest rate, on the total payments that get made every single month. If I could take that and cut it in half, that's a substantial savings. So think about that. If you can save half in interest, would you do that? Absolutely, right? So there's a substantial benefit for doing that. Then how do you do it? You have to go out to the market. You have to communicate with different lenders and find out what they can loan on, how much they can make the loan for you, what amounts, at what interest rates, and what terms. So 3 things that you always have to have in mind, right, are the loan terms, right? How long are you going to have to pay this loan back? The interest rate, how much it's going to cost you. Remember, any loan or any debt you place, it's almost like you're renting the money. It's going to cost you something. So you have to find a way that it'll cost you less, right? And then the third thing is, what's the loan to value? How much are they going to let you borrow? Now that the property is income producing, fully stabilized, completely full, now the value of the asset is much higher, right? So because it's much higher, I'm able to receive more loan proceeds, right? I'm able to receive a greater loan amount. By doing that, I'm going to be able to pay off the existing construction lender. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We formalize all the documents. Everything is ready to go. Wires have been funded. The deal is done, right? So everything that we needed to do to get here to close a new loan has been accomplished. And when you see something like, 200-page document, that's just the loan document. There's other agreements that, became a part of this, but this is just to show you what they kind of look like. And you have to be able to go through all of the details to be able to understand what you're getting involved in. It doesn't matter if you're doing a single family house or if you're doing $100 million skyrise. You have to go through the details. The more details, the better. You're going to find there are things in the loan documents that may not work for you. And you have to be able to bring those out and have the discussions with your counsel, right? I always say this, it's extremely important to work with good counsel and good team. The better the team, the better the likelihood and the chance of success for you to be able to close on your transactions. This journey, this one specifically, right? I sort of break things down into milestones. This specific journey, when I first said I'm going to refinance my loan, started about a month ago, right? Started a little bit before that because I started to try to understand where the market was, right? So once I understand the market specifically, I can have an intelligent discussion with multiple lenders. You can also have a discussion with other brokers. Brokers are great to facilitate and even make new introductions to different lenders that you may not have connections with. So that process, takes a couple of weeks. You go through that process, right? You identify a few lenders you really want to work with, and then you request term sheets, letters of intent, so you can have an understanding of what it is they're actually going to be able to do for you. how they're going to loan you these funds, what are some of the requirements that they have. I'll tell you guys, one of the most important requirements is who is going to guarantee the loan, right? Who is going to guarantee the loan with their balance sheet? On any loan that I sign, I guarantee all the loans. So far, I've guaranteed the construction loan, I'm guaranteeing this refinance loan, and we'll see as this investment evolves in the future. But every single lender is going to look for that. They're going to ask you, who is going to guarantee this loan? And if you're not in a position where you can do that, then you have to be able to work with others, right? Collaborate, find good partners, find others that want to work with you that may have a balance sheet, that may be able to help you put this together, right? And so the only way you can do that is by reaching out, by making the phone calls. In this day and age, by communicating through, Zoom meetings and, all these different video mechanisms that are out there. But you have to find a way, right? You have to find a way to not allow anything to stop you or stop your progress. So if you need other partners, if you need to collaborate with others, that's what you have to do to be able to move your deal forward. So the loan guarantee is extremely important. Always remember that. If you have the balance sheet, if you have the experience, if you have the track record, beautiful. You may not need anybody else. Because remember, lenders are always looking for a couple of different things. They're looking for experience, track record, and credibility. Those three things are like one of the most, crucial items that they'll dig into. So you have to be able to present to the lender what your track record is, right? What your credibility is. Did you pay back your previous lenders? They always want to see that, right? That was another reason why I wanted to make sure I closed on this construction loan now, because by doing so, I've paid back my construction lender in the most challenging of times, right? During COVID, all of this is going on right now, and I'm able to pay the lender back. So by doing that, it builds more credibility. It builds more trust with the existing lenders. It'll open more doors. So everything takes time and everything's a process, but just, take it one step at a time and one challenge at a time to overcome those to get to where you're trying to get to, which is, either closing on a loan, closing on a transaction, bringing in new partnerships, whatever that structure is for you guys. All right, guys, so it is a wrap. We are completely done with a refinance, and it is an awesome thing to share with you guys. I hope some of this brought you guys some value, some insights, some lessons that you can take away in your projects, in your investments, or as you want to be a part of some of the investments that we're doing and some of the developments, reach out. My name is Marlon Gomez, Gomez Development Group. Hope you guys are safe, stay well, and I'll see you guys soon.